नमस्कार, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है गाइज़ आपके अपने ही चैनल KFCS पर। तो गाइज़ जैसे कि आप लोगों ने हेडिंग देखी, बहुत दुःख हुआ सुन के कि ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम, जो उनको अपनी क्रिकेट को ज़िंदा रखने के लिए कितने लंबे समय के बाद एक मौका मिला था कि वर्ल्ड कप में खेलने का मौका मिलेगा। और अगर मैं कहूँ तो इस वर्ल्ड कप क्वालीफायर से पहले सबके ज़ुबान पे था कि ज़िम्बाब्वे जो है इस बार कुछ कर दिखाएगी। ऐसा नहीं है कि वेस्ट इंडीज़, श्रीलंका दोनों क्वालीफ़ाई कर जाएगी, ज़िम्बाब्वे इस बार ज़रूर जाएगी। हर एक क्रिकेट फ़ैन के ज़ुबान में था, मैंने मैक्सिमम लोगों से बातचीत की थी तो 80-90% लोगों के मन में था कि ज़िम्बाब्वे में मैच हो रहा है, ज़िम्बाब्वे की कंडीशंस को समझते हैं ज़िम्बाब्वे के प्लेयर्स और शुरुआत भी काफ़ी अच्छी हुई थी। अगर मैं कुछ प्लेयर्स की बात करूँ तो उन्होंने अच्छा परफ़ॉर्मेंस दिया, रियान बोल ने इस मैच में अच्छा परफ़ॉर्म किया, वहीं सीन विलियम्स ने 3 शतक लगाए, अर्ध 1 शतक सिकंदर रज़ा ने भी लगाए, सिकंदर रज़ा ने शतक भी लगाया। तो काफ़ी कुछ हुआ और ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम के लिए मैं कहूँगा एक बहुत ही सैड एंड था और ऐसा अंत होना नहीं चाहिए था और टारगेट भी कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं था। अगर मैं कहना चाहूँ तो ये इतना बड़ा लक्ष्य नहीं था जितना कि मतलब बन गया ये ज़िम्बाब्वे के लिए। मैं कह सकता हूँ कि एक बहुत ही शानदार बॉलिंग प्रेज़ेंट की स्कॉटलैंड के प्लेयर्स ने। स्कॉटलैंड के प्लेयर्स जो हैं बेसिकली बहुत अच्छे दिख रहे थे। उनके जो परफॉर्मेंस था काफ़ी अच्छा था ऑलराउंडर्स का, स्पेशली उन्होंने वेस्ट इंडीज़ को हराया, उन्होंने ज़िम्बाब्वे को हराया। तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा मैं कह सकता हूँ उनका जो कॉन्फिडेंस था वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया था वेस्ट इंडीज़ को हराने के बाद। वेस्ट इंडीज़ को तो नीदरलैंड ने भी हराया है। तो अब बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट हो गया है नीदरलैंड के लिए ये मैच जीतना, वो भी बड़े अंतर से। अब ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम के भी 6 पॉइंट है, 6 पॉइंट आपके स्कॉटलैंड के भी हैं, लेकिन ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम अब माइनस हो चुकी है। और उनके कोई मैचेस बचे नहीं हैं, तो प्लस होने के कोई आसार नहीं है, इसीलिए वो टूर्नामेंट से बाहर हो गए। तो ये बहुत बड़ी ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ है कि ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम को इंतज़ार करना होगा, फिर से क्वालीफायर खेलेंगे और फिर अगले साल या अपने आने वाले 3 से 4 साल के बाद उनको फिर से वर्ल्ड कप खेलने के लिए क्वालीफायर खेलना पड़ेगा, मुझे लगता है। बाकी अगर रैंकिंग अच्छी रहती है, तो हो सकता है हू नोज़ कि यानी क्वालीफायर ना भी खेलना पड़े, वो रैंकिंग पे डिपेंड करेगा, लेकिन अब इंतज़ार लंबा हो चुका है। 4 से 5 साल का इंतज़ार अब उन्हें फिर से करना पड़ेगा, विश्व कप खेलने के लिए 2027 का विश्व कप शायद खेल जाएँ। तो बहुत ही सैड एंड हुआ अगर मैं कहूँ तो जिस तरह से क्रेग इरविन ने कहा कि उनका जो वे ऑफ क्रिकेट था वो सबसे अलग था, तो इसलिए सबसे ज़्यादा फैन्स थे। पर वो फैन्स दुखी भी बहुत ज़्यादा हुए होंगे क्योंकि ज़िम्बाब्वे जो थी अजेय थी, पूरे सुपर 6 से पहले कोई भी टीम उन्हें हरा नहीं पाई थी। ज़िम्बाब्वे ने अ, अच्छे से पटके नहीं दिया था, वेस्ट इंडीज़ को हराया था, वेस्ट इंडीज़ के हौसले पस्त कर दिए थे। वेस्ट इंडीज़ को भी हार का सामना करना पड़ा, तो ये इसीलिए कहते हैं ना कि क्रिकेट एक फ़नी गेम है और इस चीज़ का जो है उदाहरण हमें देखने को मिल रहा है कि ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम अब खेलती हुई नज़र नहीं आएगी। तो अब जो 2 टीम्स जिनके बीच में ये रहेगा मुकाबला कि नीदरलैंड और स्कॉटलैंड, मैं समझता हूँ अगर स्कॉटलैंड की टीम यहाँ पे मैच जीत जाती है तो आराम से जी पहुँच जाएँगे, हार के भी पहुँच जाएँगे क्योंकि अगर नेट रन रेट मतलब एक पर्टिकुलरली एक सिनेरियो होगा उनके लिए क्योंकि ऑलरेडी पीछे चल रहे हैं नेट रन रेट में, तो मुझे लगता है कि आई होप उसमें 50 से ज़्यादा रन्स या उसमें आपको 6-7 विकेट या 8 विकेट से मैच को जीतना पड़ेगा। नीदरलैंड की टीम को जीत नहीं एक बड़ी जीत चाहिए जिससे कि नेट रन रेट उनका थोड़ा बेहतर हो जाए और फिर जो है टीम क्वालीफाई कर जाए। अदरवाइज़ स्कॉटलैंड मेरे को यहाँ फ़ेवरेट नज़र आ रही है खेलते हुए और स्कॉटलैंड जैसे ही वर्ल्ड कप में जा रही है तो एक उलटफेर देखने का मौका मिल सकता है क्योंकि स्कॉटलैंड की टीम ने भी काफ़ी उलटफेर किए हुए हैं, उन्होंने इंग्लैंड को हराया हुआ है। तो देखते हैं क्या होता है, लेकिन अगर आज की हम थोड़ी-सी बातचीत करें कि ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम बहुत ही सैड एंड हुआ है। मैं कह सकता हूँ कि मतलब ऐसा अंत खुद ने भी नहीं सोचा था कि ऐसा अंत होगा ज़िम्बाब्वे का। टारगेट जो था सिर्फ़ 235 रनों का था क्योंकि खुद वो 300-300 रन बना चुके थे और उनकी बैटिंग लाइनअप की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो गम्बी आज चले नहीं, गम्बी अच्छा खेलते थे। मेडिक्वेर को आज नीचे खेलने का मौका मिला। आज ही के दिन उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, इनोसेंट का ये को खिलाया, वो भी फ्लॉप रहे। क्रैग इरविन जल्दी आउट हो गए। तो ये मेन टाइम पे ही आउट हो गए हैं और ये सबसे बड़ा झटका इनको तो श्रीलंका के टाइम पे मिला। यहाँ पे इनको नेट रन रेट भी डाउन हुआ काफ़ी, इस मैच में भी नेट रन रेट डाउन हुआ। तो श्रीलंका की टीम ने जिस तरह से जिम्बाब्वे को हराया था, वहाँ से लगा कि पहली हार हुई है, फिर उसके बाद दूसरी हार। तो बहुत ही सैड एंड कहूँगा मैं ये जिम्बाब्वे की टीम के लिए, और ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए था क्योंकि टीम काफ़ी शानदार थी। अगर मैं बात करूँ पूरे सीज़न की तो बढ़िया खेले थे। आज सीन विलियम्स ने 3 विकेट ज़रूर चटकाए, लेकिन सीन विलियम्स के भी रन्स नहीं आए। आज रजा भी 34 रन बनाए, हालाँकि रियान बॉल ने 83 रन्स बनाए, लेकिन रियान बॉल पे ही टिकी थी पूरी टीम। मेडिबियर नीचे खेले 39 बॉल्स में 40, विल्सन मस्कार्ड से 5, उसके बाद नीचे हुए बॉलर्स ज़्यादा देर टिक ही नहीं पाए। तो ओवरऑल कह सकते हैं कि एक अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस रहा स्कॉटलैंड की तरफ से। क्रिस सोल ने 3 विकेट्स चटकाए, 2 ब्रेंडन मैकमुलन की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो उनका ऑलराउंडर परफॉर्मेंस हमेशा टीम को जिताता है, और ये देखने को मिला हमें फिर से उन्हें 34 रन बनाए, 2 विकेट्स चटकाए। क्रिस सोल ने 3 विकेट्स चटकाए। तो एक कह सकते हैं कि एक बहुत ही बड़ा टीम वर्क, काफ़ी बढ़िया परफॉर्मेंस जिसने जिम्बाब्वे की टीम को हराया है। और मैं समझता हूँ कि ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम के लिए बहुत ही शानदार नहीं रहा एंड, क्योंकि जिस तरह से ये खेले थे ज़िम्बाब्वे की टीम का बहुत दुखद अंत हुआ है और ये होना नहीं चाहिए था। तो हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं राहुल अय्यर। सो राहुल, हाउ आर यू?
Yes, I'm doing fine, Kunal. How are you?
I am a bit upset today because I don't
Yeah,
think that Zimbabwe will be out of the World Cup. How? He
yeah. I'm
was
very heartbreaking. Yes,
because he was one of the top form in a World Cup qualifier. He was one of the top form. His last lose was against Sri Lanka and now against Scotland. So many turnaround in this World Cup qualifier, Rahul Iyer.
yeah, absolutely. This is a shocking one. They're the next team to be eliminated after West Indies and Oman. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. And being home team, being in form, I thought they would definitely make the next seal the next World Cup spot. From their last two games, they needed only one victory to seal the spot, and they could not do it. So, yeah, disappointing.
Yeah, if we talk about this West Indies, this Zimbabwe team, you see that today suddenly they change the lineup. Suddenly Medibeer comes lower down the order. Suddenly Innocent Kaya come into the playing 11. Do you think this change was necessary for Zimbabwe because they know they have to just win and qualify?
They didn't need to change anything, to be honest. In spite of the last defeat against Sri Lanka, they should have not changed anything at all. But still, disappointing. Regardless, disappointing. They could not make this run chase. 235 was a very gettable score, and they needed to just play sensibly in order to get this target. Ryan Burl, although he played the best knock of the Zimbabwe innings, he scored 83 of 84. The way he got out in the end was disappointing because Zimbabwe still needed a good 40 runs to win. And Burl already hit a four and a sixer. He didn't need to go for another six to try and win it. He had to stay till the end in order to get Zimbabwe this win and seal their World Cup qualification.
Yes. So if we see this Zimbabwe team, very sad end, and I don't expect this type of end from the team those who dominate one-sidedly in whole World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, and a very unexpected end. I even thought they'd win the final in the World Cup qualifier. I was thinking even that, or they might have sealed their World Cup qualification against Sri Lanka. I was even thinking this team can defeat Sri Lanka, but that didn't happen. They even lost to Scotland. Big shock. It's a
Yeah,
huge shocker of a defeat.
but yes, from the statement of Irwin, they told that they played the different brand of cricket in this World Cup qualifier. So that's why there was huge crowd in Zimbabwe come and uh, watch their innings. So do you think that Irwin was saying true that they have played outstanding cricket during World Cup qualifiers?
Until these last two matches, yes. Until these last two matches, I can say they played outstanding cricket. Unfortunately, and in this match they bowled well. They restricted Scotland to just 234. Batting came apart. It didn't click against Sri Lanka. Didn't click against Scotland. So yeah, they're out of the World Cup.
Yeah, we understand with West Indies that it's okay. They are not with a good squad. They are changing, but very disappointed why Zimbabwe make changes suddenly. That was so disappointed. Innocent Kaya have no form. Medivir comes out in number 7. So don't know what happens, but now still this World Cup qualifier is something special. Still we don't know the second qualifier team. Still after this win, because if Netherlands win it by higher margin, Netherlands can be second team, or Scotland win it, then Scotland can be second team. But scenario for Scotland is easy. They can go even after losing. Even.
Yes, absolutely. Most likely, I think Scotland will be the team. Now, Scotland, they have defeated. They have had defeated West Indies. They defeated Zimbabwe. They've got uh, two victories all of a sudden. So they're really in business and they're in good form. I think they will continue it.
Yeah, Rahul, do you think that for Scotland the team changes because of number of all-rounders? They have so many, all in all, 5, 6 all-rounders who made their game each and every game. Especially Macmillan, the way Macmillan is up in playing number 3 and bowling and a fast bowling all-rounder. So, do you think that changes Scotland little bit?
Mm, it might change their team a little bit. Um, but Chris Soule was really the star of the West Indies bowling unit today. I mean, he took 3 wickets up front. But yeah, Scotland has got a lot of decent all rounders in their team who can play for them. So they have a problem of plenty at the moment.
Yeah. So over and all, it's that's it. But we can say that we have witnesses good matches in World Cup qualifier. I think the first time qualifiers have 3, 4 upsets. World
Oh
Cup
yes,
qualifier.
and Scotland has really they've really punched above their weight. They've taken out two big fishes. They've knocked out West Indies from the World Cup. They've knocked out Zimbabwe now, and probably they're gonna knock out Netherlands next. So they've pretty much delivered knockout punches in this tournament.
Yeah, so that was great. But yes, we have enjoyed the coverage of World Cup qualifiers, and World Cup qualifiers also very good. So we are expecting some nervousness in World Cup also if Scotland will come.
Maybe
Maybe
in
against Pakistan, maybe against Pakistan, maybe against, I can
I
say
don't
India.
see. Zimbabwe would have actually been a better competition had they entered the World Cup. Actually, that's kind of a reason why I wanted Zimbabwe to qualify for the World Cup rather than Scotland and Netherlands. I'm not sure Scotland and Netherlands, especially for a World Cup that's happening in the subcontinent. I'm not sure if Scotland and Netherlands can really provide the competition needed
Yeah,
for a World Cup. That is my concern.
yeah,
But hopefully for West Indies and for Zimbabwe, the teams that are eliminated, this will be the last time that they don't make the World Cup, because next World Cup is going to be 14 teams. So, and Zimbabwe and West Indies are both test playing nations, so they can pretty much be assured of making that World Cup,
yeah,
because you can be sure that ICC will give direct entry to all 12 test nations. That's probably why the competition has been expanded to 14 teams again.
yeah. But if we talk about the Zimbabwe and West Indies, this World Cup qualifier was very important to grow the cricket in your country, especially Zimbabwe. When Zimbabwe has banned cricket for a long time, and then they come back, they required this qualification, but failed just for changes in this match.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but hopefully they will make in a 14-team field. I feel Zimbabwe can make the World Cup because, from my understanding, I think for the next 2027 World Cup. top eight ranked teams make it to the World Cup automatically, and then six other teams. So from six slots, definitely, let's say Zimbabwe and West Indies are not there in the top eight, they can definitely make six other slots. In this World Cup, unfortunately, there's room only for two slots. There's less margin for error, uh, regardless of which team you are. So Zimbabwe ended up, in spite of three wins and two losses, they now cannot make the World Cup. That is an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, Krishnan and I are very disappointed with Zimbabwe, how Zimbabwe
Yeah,
elements.
very disappointed because Zimbabwe were the second favorites after qualify for the World Cup, 2023 World Cup, and unfortunately they have messed it up with their batting. They could have chased 233 total against Scotland, but opening partnership was not good for Zimbabwe, and the wickets in middle overs as well.
Yeah,
After the loss of Sikandar Raza, Zimbabwe team uh, felt in big pressure. Full pressure was on Ryan Bull. He scored a good knock of 70. So I feel after the dismissal of Raza, I feel Zimbabwe lost that game because
yes.
Raza was in good form and he could have taken the game away from Scotland because was struggling in middle over.
Yes, yes,
Raza and Bull were in partnership. Wicket of Raza changed the game for Scotland.
yes. But if we talk about West Indies, also West Indies, Zimbabwe both need to qualify this World Cup. If I asked so many people before the World Cup qualifier, all said that Sri Lanka can't qualify. Sri Lanka can't qualify. Zimbabwe and West Indies. Zimbabwe, West Indies. It is sad to see that both are eliminated and Sri Lanka qualify.
Yeah,
Yes, Krishnan?
especially the big shock was West Indies getting knocked out because in 2022 World Cup also they got knocked out. They weren't qualified in the Super World Cup winning team. So I feel Zimbabwe because their politics. So I feel that's the reason of West Indies losing. See, you have the coach like Darren Sammy, but still you can't make it to the because your players are only not performing. The coach not only scoring runs for you, your top order is failing in every matches and in every crucial game when your bowler.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I think so. Issue. Okay, so let's start with Rahul. Now talk about the England team. There's sudden changes in England team. Ollie Pop is out of this series. So with Ollie Pop out, I make some choice of my playing 11. Actually, I search in Google. They told me that you can make your own playing 11. So I'm making this playing 11. Do you think this playing 11 is good for England to come back? This
So Ben Duckett, Zach Crawley opening the batting. Okay. Joe Root at one down. Johnny Bairstow at number four. Okay. Okay, not a bad choice. Harry Brook, Ben Stokes. Okay, and then Moeen Ali, Chris Wokes, Mark Wood, James Anderson, and Stuart Broad. Oh, so my first question is, any reason for Ollie Robinson being left out of this?
dislocated, shoulder dislocated.
Oh, shoulder dislocated. Okay, then
Yes,
yeah, then this is I pretty much
out of
England the
ashes.
best choice available to England. This playing 11.
Yes, because I can't trust on Dan Lawrence. So no need to bring Dan Lawrence. We have Joe Root, better batsman at number three.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think this will be the good squad because we see that we have batting till Chris Wokes. I can say that Stuart Broad can little bit bat, but yes, Chris Wokes can
The
bowl.
Chris Wokes can.
Yeah, but the
That's
main
another thing, and also
problem of
Mark Wood is a good choice. He can bowl some bouncers, and he can. He has some good pace as well. So Mark Wood
Yeah,
is a
but
very good
Kunal, the
option.
big problem is about Moeen Ali's form in batting apartment because Moeen Ali is known for big hittings, but his form in recent times has not been good. So that's a big concern because if your batting gets collapsed, like how in Lord's Test match, you are for 28 for 47 for 4 or something. If after that the Stokes alone took the game deep for England. So Moeen Ali's form is also a concern. How we will bat.
That's why I put Chris Wokes, because Chris Wokes definitely helped at the time of Ben Stokes.
Yeah, but you don't know Chris Fuchs' form as well. He's coming after I think after he's coming after 1 year gap. I feel so. Don't know
Yeah,
his form
but
as well.
yeah, but I can say that
I know why Anderson has been left out in the from the XI because he's the old Jimmy Anderson we can't see for English team, and we can't see his reverse swing as well. He can't get wickets in crucial stages like main wickets of Khwaja and openers. If you see in last series against India in South Africa and New Zealand, he was on top red form. He was taking wickets in crucial times where partnership was making. So he broke the partnerships. But in this test match, he didn't broke the partnerships of Smith, Khwaja, and Warner as well because that was the main concern. That why Anderson is dropped. I
yes,
feel this might be the last Ashes of Anderson, as I told in previous live.
yes, definitely, this is the last. And one more news is that Nathan Lyon is also not available for Ashes. So there is some changes in Australian team also.
Yeah, so I feel Todd Murphy will come as a replacement of Nathan Lyon. I feel because he was bowling in nets as well to the Aussie batsmen. So I feel Todd Murphy will come in place of Nathan Lyon.
यस ओके ओके लेट अस तो बहुत बहुत स्वागत है अश्विनी जी, कैसे हैं?
या बढ़िया। कुणाल कैसे हो आप?
बढ़िया। अच्छा, तो आज ना मैं इंग्लैंड की टीम देख रहा था, तो देखा मैंने ओली पॉप भी चले गए, नेथन लायन भी चले गए। तो गूगल पे एक ऑप्शन आया कि ना आप अपनी टीम बना सकते हो और शेयर कर सकते हो। मैंने कहा मैं आज टीम बनाता हूँ कि
जी।
ये प्लेइंग 11 हो सकती है। तो देख के बताओगे कैसी लग रही है ये टीम? अगर
आई
ऐसी
थिंक मैं मोइन अली की जगह बेन फोक्स को लूंगा।
नहीं, बेन फोक्स स्क्वाड में नहीं है। मैंने जो स्क्वाड में है ना थर्ड टेस्ट के लिए,
ओके।
उसके अकॉर्डिंग मैंने लिया है।
आई थिंक वैसे तो बेन फोक्स को होना चाहिए क्योंकि मेरे हिसाब से वो इंग्लैंड के इस टाइम बेस्ट विकेट कीपर है। अगर आप कीपिंग के हिसाब से देखें, मोइन अली का वही प्रॉब्लम रहेगा कि मोइन अली ने ओवर द ईयर्स रेड बॉल से इतना बॉलिंग नहीं किया है, और जैसा कि हमने फर्स्ट टेस्ट में देखा जो कि उनका जो फिंगर है वो इंजर्ड हो गया था, लेकिन उनकी बॉल से उस तरह से जो बॉलिंग रेप्स है उस तरह से नहीं आ पा रहा था। तो उससे साफ पता लग रहा था कि उनका वो रेड बॉल से बॉलिंग रिदम नहीं है। नो डाउट वो एक यूटिलिटी देते हैं बैटिंग से भी बॉलिंग से भी, बट आपने पिछले 2 ढाई साल से इवन काउंटी क्रिकेट भी आपने शायद नहीं खेला हुआ रेड बॉल से। तो आई थिंक मेरे को वहां पर उनका जो प्लेस है वो मैं कहूंगा सस्पेक्ट लग रहा है।
फिर ना
तो
मेरे को
या
या तो पांचवा, फिर ना इनका जो स्क्वाड देखा मैंने, फिर ना एक पांचवा फास्ट बॉलर आएगा या फिर डैन लॉरेंस आएंगे। तो डैन लॉरेंस तो और भी लंबे टाइम से क्रिकेट नहीं खेल रहे, उनको तो पहले से ही बाहर रखा था। वो तो
I
गोलियां
don't know why they kept Ben Fox out.
हाँ,
I want to see that squad of third test. I still don't believe that Ben Fox is out of the squad.
बेन फोक्स को बाहर कर दिया है, मतलब ओली पोप बाहर हो गए अचानक से। शायद से उनको ये नहीं पता था कि स्कैन जो है शायद लेट हुआ होगा, क्योंकि
आई थिंक
ओली
बेन फोक्स को टीम में आना चाहिए क्योंकि जो ओली पॉप है वो तो एसएस से बाहर हो चुके हैं क्योंकि उनका
हाँ,
शोल्डर डिसलोकेट हो चुका है, तो बेन फोक्स का जगह बनता है।
बनता तो है, बट जैसी उनकी स्क्वाड थी उसके हिसाब से मुझे लगा कि मोइन अली यहीं पे बैठ सकते हैं और जॉनी बेरिस्टो नंबर 4 पे खेले तो ज्यादा अच्छा है, नीचे
जी
उनके लिए है ही नहीं।
जी जी।
Okay, Rahul, your views
And
on
one,
this? Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Um,
speak, Rahul.
yeah, my views on.
This playing 11. Any changes?
Um, I think no changes to this playing 11. In my opinion, I think this is a good playing 11 to go along with. I think this is given England's options. This is, I think, the best possible playing 11.
Okay, Krishna.
And Kunal, I think one point I want to add. I think this is the best chance for Jimmy Anderson to prove uh, uh, his value there, because we know that in the past two tests he is not at his best. He tried so many deliveries there, but that release point, that you can say that Vickers outswinger and in swinger, which we expect from Jimmy Anderson, still at the age of 40, he's not performing that well. But the Headingley wicket suit Jimmy Anderson's style of bowling. So
Yes.
you may see Jimmy Anderson perform in this test, and it may be his last chance in this Ashes test, because he himself said that if he didn't perform in this Ashes test, he will be done.
Yes. And I think England will consider for Mark Wood also now because now it's
Yeah,
time for
England.
Mark Wood.
Yeah, England seriously needs space in their attack, because what England lacks in the past two tests, they don't have that pacer who can bowl above 140 mark there. So Mark would provide that extra pace which England seriously required in their bowling lineup. And I am very happy that if England plays Chris Fox, because Chris Fox is the type of bowler who can utilize the conditions very well there. After Vokes and Anderson, he is the England's third best bowler. He knew how to take the wickets when ball is moving, and even if the ball is not moving there. So he has that art of taking the wickets there. So I am very surprised why Vokes is not playing the first two tests.
Might be, I think, one more change England can do. Maybe they can drop Moeen Ali and bring Lawrence at number 3, then 4 Root and 5 Baristo. Maybe it happens.
Maybe, but I am still suspected that Ben Fox may play in the third test.
Yes, Ben Fox, I think Baristo is not that type of batsman for you to play in number 7.
Yeah, because I saw you can say that errors in the keeping of Johnny Bairstow, and you saw that obviously he contributed a lot with the bat there, but his keeping has too many flaws there. So in that case, England need that specialist wicketkeeper, and Ben Fox is not that mediocre batsman like K.S. Bharat that we have got. He actually can bat there. I don't know that why England is playing such I कैन से दैट उसके साथ ऐसा व्यवहार क्यों हो रहा है वैन बॉक्स के साथ, क्योंकि हमने देखा कि इंग्लैंड में श्रीलंका में वो खेले, वहां पर उनको
Hmm.
उन्होंने विकेट कीपिंग के साथ बैटिंग में भी परफॉर्मेंस दिया। जब भी उनको मौका मिला है उन्होंने विकेट कीपिंग का, हमें पता है कि विकेट कीपिंग वो कैसी करते हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने बैटिंग के साथ भी परफॉर्मेंस देके दिया है। तो आई थिंक मेरे लिए सरप्राइज होगा कि अगर बेन फोक्स थर्ड टेस्ट नहीं खेलते।
सरप्राइज तो है बट स्क्वाड में नहीं है तो
या
Kunal.
ये नहीं खेलेंगे। हाँ, बोलो कृष्णा।
No, I'm saying that
यस, यस, नेटवर्क इशू।
I think the problem with including Ben Fowkes in the team is he won't suit the baseball template for playing baseball.
Baseball is not working. Baseball is practically impossible.
Uh, thing is, for England, if they really go back to playing traditional style of Test cricket, they
या
won't win matches. That is the problem for England. Baseball needs to be what to say. It needs to be refined in a way that you can play positive without playing rash. Let me put
Yeah.
it that way.
या
Baseball needs to be refined. That is what it is right now. The way baseball is being played by England is one size fits all strategy, regardless of opponents. And their press conferences, the press conferences of the English players says everything. They're just saying we don't care about the result. We are going to play this way.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter who the opponent is. To hell with who the opponent is. To hell with what the conditions are. We will just go there and smack every ball
yeah,
for a boundary. That you can't have that. What to say? That uniform approach,
yeah,
regardless of opponents or conditions. That you can never do, regardless of how much you try to change the way the game is played and all that. You can't ignore opponents and conditions
yeah,
and say I will just play one size fits all strategy. That will never work.
yeah.
Yeah, but I can say that England need to think that how Joe Root is playing is an example for all other batsmen.
I
I
think Kunal, one thing that England should look out at, अगर देखें, अगर इंग्लैंड हरी विकेट बनाता है, ओब्वियसली जैसा हम हेडिंग लेके कि अभी विकेट का पिक्चर देख रहे हैं तो पूरा बागीचा छोड़ा हुआ है, विकेट और आउटफील्ड में फर्क नहीं नजर आ रहा है। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि जब जैसे मैच के दिन नजदीक आएगा तो घास उड़ा देंगे। अगर वो विकेट पर घास छोड़ते हैं तो इंग्लैंड की टीम वहां पर फंस जाएगा, क्योंकि जो इंग्लैंड का जो बैटिंग स्टाइल है करने का, बैस बॉल, वो ऐसी विकेट पर बैटिंग नहीं कर पाएगा। क्योंकि अगर आप इंग्लैंड का बैटिंग देखें तो डिफेंस वाले प्लेयर उनके पास बहुत कम है। मैं ये कहूंगा कि उनका जो डिफेंस है उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है। अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ कंपेयर करें तो उनको वहां पर विकेट, मैं कहूंगा कि थोड़ा सा बैटिंग पैराडाइज बनाना पड़ेगा ताकि जो उनका बैस बॉल का स्टाइल है उनको सूट करे। तो इंग्लैंड, मैं कहूंगा, दोनों साइड से फंसता है, क्योंकि अगर घास छोड़ेगा तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास ऐसी बॉलिंग है कि अगर आप इंग्लैंड के बॉलर्स के लिए बना रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनके जो मैक्सिमम बॉलर्स हैं उनको कंडीशंस चाहिए स्विंग करने के लिए, तो वहां पर वो फंस जाएंगे। क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास पहले से ही ऐसा बॉलिंग अटैक है जो फ्लैट विकेट पर भी बॉल विकेट्स लेना जानता है। और अगर अगर आप सपाट विकेट छोड़ेंगे तो वहां पर मैं कहूंगा कि तब भी उनके लिए खतरा होगा। तो वहां पर इंग्लैंड को पेस चाहिए। आई थिंक दैट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मार्क वुड देयर, सो आई वांट दैट दे शुड प्ले मार्क वुड। तो मार्क वुड का वहां पर खेलना बहुत ही जरूरी है। तो इंग्लैंड के अगर पेस अटैक को अगर बैलेंस करना है तो उनको वहां पर देखना पड़ेगा कि वो किस तरह का प्लेइंग 11 खिलाते हैं। और मैं ये कहूंगा कि इंग्लैंड को जो अप्रोच, अगर ठीक है, वो उनका जो एक बेसबॉल का तरीका बन गया खेलने का, वो अटैकिंग क्रिकेट खेलेंगे, लेकिन वो बेसबॉल को मैड बॉल मत बनाए। हर बॉल पर अगर अटैक करने जाएंगे तो आई थिंक विकेट तो गिरेगा गिरेगा और आप अपनी टीम को मुसीबत में भी डालेंगे। ऑब्वियसली आप हर वक्त 5 या 6 की रन रेट से रन नहीं बना सकते, तो कंडीशन जहां डिक्टेट करती है तो वहां पर आप टाइम लेकर खेल सकते हैं। हमने जैक क्रॉली को देखा हुआ है, बेसबॉल से पहले वो टाइम लेकर खेलना जानते थे। तो वहां पर मैकलम को ये बताना पड़ेगा कि ऑब्वियसली आप चढ़कर खेले, लेकिन जहां पर कंडीशंस डिक्टेट कर रही है वहां पर आप थोड़ा बॉलर को भी तो रिस्पेक्ट देना। आप इस तरह से अंधाधुंध क्रिकेट नहीं खेल सकते।
बिल्कुल। और मुझे लगता है अगर इंग्लैंड की टीम इस तरह से एक्सपेरिमेंट करती रही ना तो ग्लेन मैकग्रा ने 5-0 जो बोला था वही हो जाएगा।
Yeah, there is a lot of possibility there if they played cricket like this.
क्योंकि मुझे नहीं लगता इसमें कोई ड्रॉ होने वाला है, सबके रिजल्ट्स आएंगे सबके।
Yes.
Now, I don't think there's going to be any draw in the series right now. England is the type of team if they need 500 runs to win and on day 5 they will try to chase it. That is what they will try to do. But the problem is they they will most likely fail in doing that because Australian bowlers, they are not what to say, they are not Scotland, Netherlands level bowlers who you can just go out and smash like that.
Yeah, even if you look at that baseball approach there, if you consider England series against India, in Pakistan, and against the South Africa, the difference between these series were clearly the bowling attack there. If you see in Pakistan, that wickets are clearly the road. It's not the wickets there. अगर आप ऐसी विकेटों पर खेलेंगे और अगर आप पाकिस्तान का अटैक देखेंगे तो मैक्सिमम बॉलर्स तो वहां पर डेब्यू कर रहे थे। अगर आप उनका अबरार को देखे जिन्होंने वहां पर अच्छा बॉलिंग किया, प्लस मोहम्मद अली को देखे, वो सब डेब्यू कर रहे थे। और पाकिस्तान ने जो विकेट है उनका नेगेटिव अप्रोच के कारण वो सीरीज आ रहे हैं। अगर आप देखें तो उन्होंने ये सोचा था कि वहां से बाबर आजम 100 मारेगा, यहाँ से ये 100 मारेंगे तो सीरीज के ड्रॉ हो जाएंगे और वो वर्ल्ड WTC के फाइनल में पहुंच जाएंगे। तो उनका ये अप्रोच था, वो नेगेटिव अप्रोच के साथ गए थे, इसलिए वो वहां पर सीरीज आ रहे हैं। और अगर रही बात, अगर आप इंडिया की सीरीज की देखें, जो इकलौता टेस्ट वहां पर इंडिया खेले थे, इंडिया वहां पर अपनी पुअर कैप्टनसी से आ रहा है। अगर आप
बिल्कुल।
377 चेज करने जा रहे हैं, जसप्रीत बुमराह को आपने कैप्टन कैप्टन बनाया, जब जॉनी बेस्टो बैटिंग करने आए, आपने जो फील्ड को बिल्कुल ही खुला छोड़ दिया, तो वहां पर जो जॉनी बेस्टो है, उन्होंने सिंगल्स लेकर जो इंग्लैंड पर प्रेशर बना था वो बिल्कुल रिलीज कर दिया। अगर आपने उस टेस्ट को ध्यान से देखा होगा तो इंडिया ने वहां पर मैं कहूंगा कि मैच को बीच में ही छोड़ दिया था अपनी फील्डिंग लैप्सेस के कारण। तो इस चीज को ध्यान देखना पड़ेगा कि जो इंग्लैंड ने अपना बेसबॉल खेला है वो किस बॉलिंग अटैक के खिलाफ खेला है। और रही बात साउथ अफ्रीका सीरीज की, अगर आपने देखा होगा, जो साउथ अफ्रीका का पेस अटैक था वो भी अच्छा खासा था। साउथ अफ्रीका अपनी बैटिंग की बदौलत आ रहा है। तो साउथ अफ्रीका की बैटिंग थी, आई थिंक अगर आप उनकी ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज में भी देखें तो दे लूजिंग थ्रू देयर बैटिंग, देयर बॉलिंग attack is excellent there. So if you saw their bowling attack, they create a lot of trouble to this English batting lineup. So my
Yes.
conclusion is that this England English batting lineup can't cope the good bowling attacks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Another point I'd like to add is coming to the matches they played against New Zealand. The New Zealand bowling attack was without
Yeah.
Trent Bolt. They were not
Yes.
playing a full strength New Zealand bowling attack. Although New Zealand can also exploit England conditions very well, and the year before that in 2021 they won the Test series in England. So uh, New Zealand did not have the bowling attack to really exploit the English conditions well, and England was preparing flat pitches for that series. Against South Africa, one match where the pitch was a green wicket, they faltered on that pitch, got bowled out for 200, under 200 twice, and suffered an innings defeat against South Africa. And as usual, the reaction from Ben Stokes on that is we will have matches like this with our approach. We will lose one or two matches like this. We were laughing then when he said this, but that is a reality. If in fact, when you're when you're playing decent bowling attacks like Australia and you play like this, it will happen in every game, not one or two odd games here or there. In the Pakistan series, I'd also like to add, actually, in that series, England only made one big score in the first innings in Rawalpindi Test match. And they also declared very early in that Test match and gave Pakistan 350 runs to chase. They wouldn't have gotten away with that had the chasing team been India or Australia. India or Australia would have probably chased those runs in 4 sessions. Pakistan doesn't have the batting resources to chase that kind of a target. So, and in the second two tests, actually, in that series, England did not make any huge scores with the bat. Actually, I don't even think they scored 400 in the second and third tests
I
once.
think
Because
you have to give credit to the guy like Mark Wood there, due to his, I think, attacking field by Ben Stokes and the attacking bowling by Mark Wood. There, they tried to get the result from there. In that case, I think England played positive cricket, but the main difference between that series is England taking that positive cricket approach to
bowling.
these three tests, and Pakistan played quite a negative cricket there. If you
Yes,
saw that
absolutely. But the
Pakistan's bowling attack there, they don't have any wicket taker in their bowling line.
except maybe Shaheen Afridi.
Shine
Uh,
Afridi is not playing. I think
oh, he was
he's
not playing.
injured.
Yes, correct.
He's injured.
Actually, in that series, I thought the second and third test matches were somewhat spin friendly, and Ebrar
Yeah.
Ahmed was getting wickets against England. But the problem is Pakistan's bowling attack batting is very weak. So England could exploit that weakness. Even if they were not making big scores with the bat, they could exploit Pakistan's weakness in the batting. And so, but with Australia, there is no such weakness. You can't really pick out a weakness. Their bowling attack is strong, batting is also strong. So there's nowhere uh, to hide, really. And in the first Test match, what did England do when they could have scored, maybe gone to 450? They declared on day one with a score less than 400, which pretty much no team does. It's probably the stupidest declaration I've seen since Michael Clark declared on day one in Hyderabad in
Yeah.
2013, if you
Yes.
recall.
Yes. Yes. 2013.
That's
Yeah,
probably the only declaration I've seen which is worse than this 393 for 8 declare. I think Michael Clark did some 230 for 9 declare on day one.
I think Rahul. I think it's more of a overconfidence sort of thing. They get that overconfidence type of thing that if they declared on any score, they can uh, uh, beat any team there because they have that false approach in their mindset that they can chase any target in the fourth innings regardless of their bowling attack. If you see what type of bowling attack they play and what type of bowling attack they are facing in the series. So England have to remember that they are not facing bowling attacks like Pakistan, even India. South Africa has a very good bowling attack, and even the likes of West Indies there. See, they are facing one of the not world's best fast bowling attack there. So they have to know their so in that case, I think McCullum has that flexible approach. He should have that flexible approach in his mind that he can't play same type of cricket with every team there. Australia is a very different team. You have to play according to team strength there.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely. And this is, I'll have to say, the England team is playing pretty much under the same way that Brendan McCullum batted during his time. McCullum, during his time, also, he batted the same way, regardless of opponents tried to smash everyone. In fact, I remember in the
and
2015
he
World
was
Cup.
successful.
Yeah,
Triple hundred.
2015 World Cup, New Zealand until the final. Brendan McCullum, he was playing batting in the same way, like almost Virender Sehwag type, just
Yeah.
smashing every bowler in sight, regardless of which opponent. Finally, in the final at MCG, Mitchell Stark got him out in the very first over because he tried to play in the same way. And New Zealand, until the final, if I'm not wrong, in that tournament, they didn't play any match in Australia. They played
Australia,
all the
yes.
matches in
Yes, they
New
played
Zealand.
all their matches in New Zealand.
And finally, in the final, when they had to play in Australia, Brendan McCullum didn't change his style of play and got out first over.
Yeah, he should realize that he's not playing in 50 meters boundaries there. Melbourne boundary is 85 to 90
Yeah,
meters.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne is the biggest ground, and
Ground,
very first
yeah,
over he was facing Mitchell Stark, who was the best bowler of the tournament, and he tried
yeah,
to take on Mitchell Stark, and he got out.
yes, yes, yes.
So, and McCullum's reaction to that was also like, I just sat down and laughed at it. So his approach was casual. England's approach like that has become very, what to say, chalu. It's
Yeah,
like chalta hai
चलता है
all of a
चलने दो.
sudden.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Ashwini, sad end for Zimbabwe. How they
Yeah,
lost? How they lost?
या आई थिंक एज ए क्रिकेटिंग फैन मुझे बहुत दुख हुआ क्योंकि जिम्बाब्वे की जो क्रिकेट को मैं काफी टाइम से देख रहा हूँ और उनकी प्रोग्रेस को नोटिस कर रहा हूँ और पिछले 1-1.5 साल से जिस तरह से वो क्रिकेट खेले हैं आई थिंक वो मैं कहूँगा वेरी कमेंडेबल एफर्ट बाय जिम्बाब्वे टीम। जिस तरह से डेव हॉटन का जो कोचिंग स्टाफ है जिस तरह से उन्होंने जिम्बाब्वे की टीम के अंदर मैं कहूँगा एक जान फूंकी है क्योंकि जिम्बाब्वे की टीम की ये जो प्लेयर्स थे शॉन इरवाइन शॉन विलियम्स सॉरी क्रेग इरवाइन शॉन विलियम्स सिकंदर रजा ये लोग पहले भी खेल रहे थे लेकिन पिछले 1.5 साल में इनका जो जैसा परफॉर्मेंस रहा है आई थिंक जो बेस्ट अप्रोच रहा है रिगार्डिंग ऑफ देयर exit from the World Cup. I think the way they played their cricket, I think there is more positive approach I see in Zimbabwe cricket nowadays. So that's the one positive thing I will take from that defeat there. Obviously, the past two matches, the one against Sri Lanka and today against Scotland, that were very you can say that poor matches for them. That's why they are exit from the World Cup. But apart from them, all the year they played very commendable cricket, and I will say that positive brand of cricket that Dave Horton implant in that Zimbabwean guys there. So in that case, I am very happy for them. But in some way, I am sad that despite of all the fruitful hard work they have done from the past 1 year, they don't able to qualify for the World Cup.
Even disappoint for West Indies and Zimbabwe both because they
Yeah,
need to qualify to grow cricket in their country,
आई थिंक
especially.
इन दैट केस आई थिंक मेरा यही क्वेश्चन बनता है, जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी बोला था कि यहाँ पर मैं आईसीसी की गलती निकालूंगा। ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पर उनके प्लेयर्स भी जिम्बाब्वे और वेस्ट इंडीज के हैं, बट आईसीसी की ये गलती है कि why they lose these types of team like Zimbabwe and West Indies. West Indies have a glorious history uh, of players, glorious history of their team, and even the likes of Zimbabwe. There, Zimbabwe in the 90s, they are very formidable team there. So, and also I want to put up the name of Kenya there, who is a 2003 World Cup semi-finalist. Where are these team now? So I have a request for ICC that instead of investing the teams like Mozambique, Argentina, Germany, where cricket is not existing, please invest in these countries because these guys want to play cricket and they have actually have that talent to succeed at international level. So in their lower tier system, you can say that in the grassroots system, if they get more financial aid from the ICC, I think it will be beneficial from them. So because what we've seen in this Zimbabwean team, they have that talent to succeed at international level. Even the likes of Wesley Metavire, Gumbi, they are the upcoming young players. They have the talent to succeed in an international cricket, but they need that actual sport, which I think they don't get much from the ICC.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the tomorrow. The series is going to start before World Cup. It is Bangladesh versus Afghanistan. So
Yeah.
Ashwani, that is very important match for Afghanistan point of view because they were 1-0 up against Sri Lanka, but suddenly 2-1 loss.
Yeah, I think
So how you see this Afghanistan against Bangladesh?
I think it will be a very close series. I think in white ball format, Afghanistan will be a tough team to crack. As the format goes shrink, their chances of beating Bangladesh team is getting more there. So in T20 cricket, I will see a tough competition between Afghanistan and Bangladesh. They might even beat Bangladesh in their own backyard, though it's difficult there. But in ODI, I think their fast bowling attack, especially Bangladesh fast bowling attack, it's look quite superior to me as compared to Afghanistan's fast bowling attack. And obviously they have got good spinners, the likes of Rashid there, Mujib, and and the likes of I think Wafadar Mohammad. He's also a good bowler there. But I think if you compare both of the fast bowling attacks there, Bangladesh have got edge in their squad there. So in that regard, I will give them marginalized over Afghanistan.
Yes, bowler like Ibadat
Yes,
Hussain,
yes.
Mustafizur Rahman, Shariful Islam, Hassan Mahmood, all bowlers are great
And
and
I
they
think
know how
you have to
to play in
give credit
Bangladesh.
to their management there because if you saw their coaching staff there, they tried too many coaches there, which is also a bad thing. You can't changes too many coaches in short period of time. But one thing they did, they invest lot on their fast bowlers because if we read in the past statements there, they said that we want to win the test matches and even the white ball cricket uh, by playing our fast bowlers there. In that regard, I think they done a fantastic job by promoting the likes of Ibadat Hussain, Mustafiz is there, and Taskin. After getting dropped from the team due to the injuries and some other issues as well, he made a terrific comeback there. And Hassan Mahmood is a good prospect. In 2018 Under 19 World Cup, I first time saw him there. He looks to be a good prospect there. So in that regard, I think Bangladesh makes a steady progress in terms of fast bowling department.
Yeah, definitely. And if we talk about the Afghanistan also, I think again they are
And I
dependent
think
on
Ibrahim
Gurbaz.
Zadran in ODI
Uh,
cricket, Ibrahim Zadran is their
yeah,
most dependable batter.
and
Yeah, he's also a very good
Rahmat
player.
Shah always performing. Yeah, he's always performing. I think Mohammad Nabi is also in the crucial stage. Need to perform
Yeah.
Mohammad Nabi. Okay. Okay, I want to tell one of the subscriber, Abhinav, that in our channel we have discussed on 1 July that Agarkar is going to be a selection committee. So he's saying that Agarkar को बधाई हो अपने घंटादार होने
अपना बंटादार होने पे।
पे। हाँ, भागता हुआ स्पिनर।
नहीं नहीं यार जीत अगरकर का जो सिलेक्शन है अभी वो बने हैं तो आई थिंक मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि एज ए बॉलर होने के नाते मैं चाहूंगा कि अगर वो बैटर्स नहीं अच्छे चुन सकते तो कम से कम वो फास्ट बॉलर्स तो अच्छे चुने क्योंकि नो डाउट अजीत अगरकर एक टाइम पर फास्टेस्ट बॉलर थे जिन्होंने 50 विकेट्स लिया था ओडीआई क्रिकेट में तो उन्होंने काफी क्रिकेट खेला हुआ आई थिंक उन्होंने अराउंड 196 मैचेस खेले हैं ओडीआई क्रिकेट में तो उनको तजुर्बा है ओडीआई क्रिकेट में क्रिकेट कैसे खेला जाता है और टेस्ट क्रिकेट भी उन्होंने काफी हद तक खेला हुआ है तो मैं इस एक्सपीरियंस से उम्मीद करता हूं कि जो भी वो सिलेक्शन करेंगे वो टीम इंडिया की हित के लिए करेंगे और यहाँ पर एक और चीज है कि जो फेवरेटिज्म हमने देखा है ओवर द इयर्स सिलेक्शन में कि आप अपने रीजन के प्लेयर्स को खिला रहे हैं तो आई थिंक वहां पर मैं उनसे आशा करता हूं कि वो इस चीज पर थोड़ा सा ध्यान दे कि वो फेवरेटिज्म पर मत जाए जो प्लेयर सच में डिजर्व करता है उसको टीम में रखें।
ओके, ठीक है। तो ये हमारे रोहित शर्मा के फैन
जी
हैं जिन्होंने लिखा है, हुनर नहीं हुंकार है, दम नहीं दमदार है, एक
रोहित
शतक से
दोहरे
मन नहीं
शतक के
भरता, रोहित दोहरे शतक
What
रथ
does
पे
that
सवार है।
mean?
तो भाई तो मतलब वो जमाना हो गया शायद, मेरे
I
को
think
लगता
he
है 4
want to
साल हो
said
गए इस
that
बात को।
Rohit didn't want to score 100, he want to score a double 100 there.
Yeah, habit of making double hundreds. I think that was 4 years ago.
I think
Yeah, like
if his fitness allows him, then he scored at least 100 there, if not 200.
Yeah, of course,
yeah, he
of
can
course.
definitely
But
score
yes,
centuries, still double hundreds. I'm not sure. It has to be kept in mind that double hundreds only started happening in the decade of the 2010s, starting with Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah.
But thing is, pitches have gotten flatter for batting, and I won't be surprised if some batsman comes along in the future
but
and scores even 300. I won't be surprised in ODI cricket.
I
Somebody
will
can score
still
a triple
say
hundred
in
in
this
ODI
World
cricket.
Cup,
I won't
Yeah.
be surprised.
I think there will be a time when some of the younger batsmen, if you see in first class cricket or in list A cricket, the highest score is of Ali Brown. I think it's around 268 or 270 something. Apart from Rohit Sharma's 264. So in that case, I think 300 is very much possible in 50 overs cricket.
Yes, absolutely.
yes. Okay. But overall, we can say that still we are dependent on Rohit Sharma because his record was good in 2019, 400s in World Cup. So
Five in
again, we
fact,
expect from Virat and
five.
I
He
think
Yeah,
scored with
one against
South
South
Africa,
Africa,
England, and Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh.
Bangladesh 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So okay,
five, five.
I kind of think those five centuries very controversially. I'll say it's a tad overrated in my opinion because especially because three of the opponents were Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh, scoring a century against them. Of course, the counter argument will be why couldn't Kohli score? But see, one ODI cricket is such that it's hard for two batsmen to score centuries against the same opponent. One batsman is scoring a century, doesn't give much time for the other batsman to also score runs because of the format. But uh, yeah, it's a good achievement, great achievement. I won't take away from that, but it's not what to say. It's not as good as people make it out to be, given the opponents he played against. The one against South Africa was the best in my opinion because he
Yes,
came
yes.
in a tough situation. I think it was like 80 for 4 or something with the targets still 230, and he scored a century in that. The one against England, it was in a losing cause,
I think
unfortunately.
his centuries against South Africa and Pakistan certainly the best hundreds that he scored in that World Cup. South Africa one was, you can say that the best one he scored, because the conditions are moving there, and batting is little bit difficult, if you reckon in that World Cup against South Africa, and their attack is decent enough there. So I think his 100 against South Africa is certainly the best. And against Pakistan, if you remember that the first 10 overs the ball was actually seeming a bit there. So in that regard, I think obviously he will take the time, and after that when he gets set, he played some beautiful shots there, and where he, you can say that, take the charge to Shatab Khan, that set the momentum in the favor of India.
Yeah, yes, absolutely agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rohit Sharma was our best batsman of the tournament. Actually, more than the centuries itself, my criticism is he didn't score in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, went on to fail in the semi-final. But you Kohli also failed. KL Rahul also failed. KL Rahul really shouldn't be an opener, in my opinion. He has to be a middle order
Yeah.
batsman because he has shown that he can't handle the new ball. He has struggled
I
against
think
new ball, especially
I
left
think
arm
most
pace bowlers.
probably
He has
last
I
World
think
Cup.
Charlie
Rahul,
Mathur, Trent Bolt.
yeah, I have a one question for you. That how do you rate KL Rahul as a batsman? No doubt he has that ability to score big runs, but my question is that apart from that 100 in 2018 against England, with that intent, I don't saw KL Rahul hundreds with that positive intent. He takes the time to score big runs there. Do you think that 20 after that 2018 IPL, where he's actually, I saw him bat at his best there. After that, he just going into his shell uh, to score runs. What's your actually take on this?
Yeah, KL Rahul, he does take time to score runs, but I think his value as a middle order batsman is that he can create calm in the middle overs. He can ensure that wickets don't fall. At least in one day cricket, it is fine. In T20 cricket, unfortunately, I have to say, KL
Yes,
Rahul
yes,
is just an IPL bully, I have to say. IPL bully and minnow basher number one, KL Rahul, because he scores well in IPL, but for India, he scores only against teams like Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Uh, in two T20 World Cups, actually, his T20 stats look good, but it's a lot because of minnow bashing, I have to say. Uh,
yeah. I think if you see
Two
in that World
T20 World
Cup,
Cups.
yeah,
Yeah,
he takes too much time to, you can say that, score runs. He takes, you can say that, too much balls there to score. I think if he scores
problem in
50,
international
yes, yes,
T20 is that they made him open the batting and he cannot play the new ball. If you look at the 2021 T20 World Cup, for example, he could not handle in UAE, that too. UAE ball doesn't barely swings for even 2 overs. There also he couldn't handle the new ball. If you can't handle the new ball in UAE, where will you handle?
yes, yes, yes. I think
Yeah, so
अगर
but
आप,
in that
yeah,
tournament, he went on. He bashed Afghanistan. He bashed runs against Scotland. Bashed Namibia, and then in 2022 T20 World Cup, the same story repeated. He failed against Pakistan. That two times in 2022 against Nazim Shah, he chopped the ball onto his wicket, like in the very first over itself. So he failed against Pakistan. Then against Netherlands, against Netherlands also he didn't score.
uh,
But then he failed against South Africa. Finally,
exactly.
against Bangladesh and Zimbabwe, he scored, and people thought, okay, he's back to form. Semis fails against England. So against quality opponents, he's failing. This guy consistently fails against quality opponents, and that too in two World Cups.
या
Two
आई
World
थिंक,
Cups.
या राहुल, अगर आपने केएल राहुल को देखा होगा कि जब केएल राहुल अपना नेचुरल गेम खेलता है, मतलब जब वो शॉट्स खेलने पे आते हैं तो उनसे खूबसूरत प्लेयर कोई लगता नहीं है, लेकिन जब वो अपने शेल पे चले जाते हैं, जैसा एक बोलता है ना कि अपना वो दिखाते हैं, ऑर्थोडॉक्सी पे चले जाते हैं कि मैं टेक्निक दिखा रहा हूँ कि मैं बहुत ही टेक्निकली बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर हूँ। आई थिंक मैंने देखा है जब वो अपने शेल पे चले जाते हैं तो उनसे वहां पर रन स्कोर नहीं होता, जब रन बनाने का टाइम आता है तब वो आउट हो जाते हैं।
Yes, absolutely. That's
बिल्कुल।
what's happening.
Yeah.
And but I have to say the same is true about Rohit Sharma. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Rohit Sharma also throws away starts very quickly, especially these days. I don't know why it's happening, but of course, I think coming back to our original topic, I don't know if Rohit Sharma will replicate what he did in 2019. I'm not very sure of that.
Yeah.
What Rohit Sharma did in 2019 is very rare. That won't happen every time. One batsman scoring 5 centuries in a World Cup, that won't happen every time. Other batsmen also have to pitch in, and in order to ensure that India makes the semi-final. I'm sure Virat Kohli this time he can score some centuries in the World Cup. I'm hoping he is. I'm hoping he's up to it. We have to see.
I think India need to
Yeah,
ensure they play middle overs well there, with the bat and with the ball. That will be the key for India.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. Okay. Uh, our subscriber Avinav is saying Iyer is Iyer fan. Which Iyer you have? Venkatesh
Shreyas
Iyer or
Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer?
In my opinion, I don't.
Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer is more of an India prospect right now than Venkatesh Iyer is, because Shreyas Iyer has not only shown abilities in ODI and T20 cricket, but he has also shown that in Test cricket he can play savior for the Indian team when there's a top order collapse. He has shown that
I
in
think one
matches.
weakness that he has got against the short ball, but I think in India he doesn't get that much problem because of the nature of the wicket. So in India, his batting will be very crucial.
Yes,
Yeah, if he
absolutely.
plays, if he plays.
Yes, I think it'll be very crucial if he does play. He brings that calm to the middle overs.
Yeah, of course. So overall, we can say that now Rohit is in a pressure, great pressure that the captaincy will be taken from him from ODI setup. I think so. So in pressure, he will play World Cup, and I think something bigger is coming from Rohit
Maybe,
Sharma in
but
this World Cup.
Kunal, do you didn't talk about India's emerging squad which is announced today? Yeah, Kunal,
Kunal
you
is
hearing me?
frozen a bit,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
So, what was I going to say?
yeah.
Yeah,
About which?
captaincy could may or may not bring pressure, because you saw when Kohli he gave up captaincy prior to the T20 World Cup
Yeah,
in 2021. India did not do very well. So sometimes it could be a case of, you're on notice period and you don't perform. Your performance goes for a toss. It
I
could
think in this World Cup, in this upcoming World Cup, I think India need to ensure their first they need to find out who they want to open with there. Obviously, Shubman Gill is the opener you are looking at, and his performance is very good at opening the batting. But I think because I don't sure about Shreyas Iyer's chances in because he may not be. In that case, they need to find that number four player.
Yeah, definitely. Top three won't be an issue. That's going to be Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, and Virat Kohli. The top
Yeah,
three is not an issue for me. The number four spot, that's going to be a bit of an issue.
yeah, obviously.